Okay. So, for Krista, what do you need to know from Merkaba coming for you this weekend? Coming to you this weekend. What is it you need to know? What's coming through before I even crack the cards is a door cracking open a little bit at a time. It's not kicked open wide. It's not, you don't just kick your way in and burst in. So when you're doing things and you're having your guides come through or whatever, they open the door gently. They don't just slam in usually. That's how it goes. So allow yourself that. Don't be kicking things open. Don't try and kick things open wide too far too fast or put too much pressure on yourself in that kind of way. Allow things to ease open, gently open. Not so slow that the door is creaking, but allow things to open gently with ease and in their own timing. Okay, what's going on? The message for Krista. I want to do it in an arc spread. Okay. What we're seeing first here, let me get this scooch down and this scooch down. So you can see we've got the 10 of Wands, the Lovers in reverse, the 7 of Wands, the 4 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, King of Cups. What we're seeing is a burden of something upside down, and this feels like upside down relationship, upside down commitment, upside down heart's choice. Something about heart's desire has been inverted to the point that there's burden there, and it needs to return to where your heart's desire comes through. It may not be so much about the relationship going forward. It may be about finding what it is that you dreamed of having and the thing that your soul is committed to. This is what's coming here. 7 of Wands. The lesson that you're learning is about boundaries. This is huge. Hang on for a second. I'm getting a cool sensation right now. It's like I'm getting that door again. Like when you push the door open and the cold wind blows and then you totally slam it. There's sometimes that you have to have situations where you've opened a door and it needs closed. There's something, someone around that has been maybe not wet blanket, but a cooling effect on you. It feels like they throw water on your dreams, and that doesn't need to be the case anymore. Their influence needs to be a little bit less powerful, less strong in your life, or the amount of credit you gave to this person, the amount of credit you give to what they have said. It could be old messages. Yeah, they've dampened you. That makes, yeah. It's like you can't fly with wet wings. So hold your boundary for what it is you need and follow what is your soul's path. Make the choice to follow your heart's desire. And that's not another person. It's your soul contract that wants to come forward. What else is coming forward with the Merkaba this weekend? The protectiveness of the 4 of Coins definitely coming through. The Page of Swords. What you've seen and witnessed as truth, you already know. This is huge for you. You already know this. So what you've witnessed from this as far as setting boundaries and creating boundaries, hold on to that. Keep yourself being very self-possessed. Contained is the words that I'm getting. Be very aware. Being self-possessed and contained is kind of the opposite of self-erosion or self-abandonment. To be self-contained, self-possessed, confident, be grounded and in your own space. Be very aware of what you are, and don't let any of this old burden be in your way. There's some releasing that needs to happen and let go. You hold your boundaries and you let go of something old. Now the Knight of Pentacles come through, and this is an interesting rendition of this card. I'm going to look for clarification in this. I'm going to mess up the other cards because this one wants a clarifier on it. 1 second. We've got the Knight of Pentacles just before the 9 of Swords coming in. So we're going to take a look at this. Wow, the 5 of Cups just leaped right out of the deck. The Knight of Pentacles. What I'm getting here is not usual to the Knight of Pentacles. It's like, you know how I say the Knight of Pentacles is the most prepared to cross the desert. This one is like holding space at a cemetery is what I'm getting. 5 of Cups. Grieving about something that has been lost. Grieving about something and not wanting to move forward. It's almost as if this one, how to explain? Feels like the traditional Knight of Pentacles that we would see is parked right outside the cemetery and refusing to leave. Almost like the horse is not going anywhere. So there's something in the past that you're grieving, you're mourning, that you have to mourn before you can move forward. I don't know what that is to do for you, but this is what it is. The way it was was, and there's lessons in that, but it's not meant to keep you stuck. This one eventually will have to turn and pivot towards the more necessary thing, towards the more joyful thing. It doesn't say spiritual bypass, whatever you need to mourn or whatever loss it's been, but don't stay stuck in it forever, honey. That's what's coming through. Okay, we're going to see what else is going on for the Nine of Swords coming up. These ones move so beautifully. They glide so beautifully. This one, King of Pentacles. It feels like this is anxiety over security. So anxiety, stress, sleepless nights, worry and concern over your security and over what makes you feel secure or helps you feel like all the bases are covered. There's anxiety over security going on. Tell me more on that. We've got the Juggler coming up here. That was the next in the arc. And this one is talking about how do you shift things around and create balance? That feels like the crux of it. Let me give these a shuffle. What is it? There's something that's an old story, and I'm getting the old father story. I don't know if it's straight up patriarchal type of thing, but the old father story, the old father's myth that is not quite true. And this is what you're juggling. You're shifting out of the boundary that you're holding, the lesson that you're learning. This is not like traditional wisdom of that. No, it's some kind of, okay, so I'll tell you one that my grandpa, who I love and adore, and I even named my son after him, he once said to me when I was younger, and I think he was trying to do something and say something with love, but it didn't help any. It was like, okay. But he said, fat girls finish last. And at the time, I was probably a size 14. I mean, I was in high school and curvier than most in high school, but it was like, what the hell? His whole hang-ups about fat or weight or control was something that he kind of passed down to my mom and was trying to help by saying, hey, you know, don't let things get out of hand or whatever, but it didn't help. It was some kind of lie, and it obviously has stuck with me because here I am 56 years old, and I remember him saying that. I don't remember that he was trying to be unkind, but it wasn't accurate. It's not accurate at all, but it's some kind of belief system and set that didn't hold true. That's what's coming through, and the Two of Pentacles is you learning to shift and juggle something. Shift and juggle what it is that makes you feel secure, powerful, and strong. What else does she need to know as she's balancing? Secure, powerful, and strong. The word strong is coming through. And this is like when you have this same kind of lemniscate symbol, that the 8 on the side symbol, and you're balancing, and it's the lady leading the lion. The lion goes with the lady, not just because she's cajoling or coaxing or morphing into whatever the lion thinks it needs to follow. The power is just clearly there. Your dad has said some of the same. Yeah, it's a control mechanism. It's an old patriarchal control mechanism. And you know, I think if you're thin and waif-like and that's your normal state and you're happy, great. But if you're not thin and waif-like, you don't have to contort yourself or do all this kind of craziness to fit something else. Now, what's going on with this strength thing? What do we need to know about the woman with the strength? I'm getting the image of the lady with the lion, and in this, I don't even think this card exists anywhere, but I'm seeing the lady with the lion in the strength card that actually exists. But on this one, she's got the chain. She is the master of that lion. She is the master of that beast. There's illusion, smoke, and mirrors going on. You need to choose what choice you want to have before you go forward. What else about this? What choice of the beliefs? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is coming through as the duplicate. This is strong. This is powerful. Don't let these old things that meant security in the past dampen your wings now. Don't let it happen. This is holding your boundaries, and standing strong. Sometimes we don't know what our boundaries are until it's crossed. Anything else? Queen of Swords. Wow. Queen of Swords is coming up, and that is the one that's like, cut the shit, cut the BS, not going to put up with fools, not going to put up with foolishness. So if this is something that's given anxiety in the past, the Queen of Swords knows the truth of the situation. You know your own truth, and you need to hold that. Standing in your truth. Yes. Yes. Exactly. This is what this is. Standing in your own truth. And then the finishing card over here is the card of, oops, let me get it right side up, of the King of Cups. Keep calm and carry on. This is the power. And I even saw on your own channel, Blessedly Flawed, where you had the King of Cups, and you were saying that he was above the emotional waves, above the surface, and he was kind of riding across the top of it. This is the emotional detachment that knows how to use emotions for the better and think through logically and not let the emotions overwhelm. Now, this King of Cups, he knows how to ride that out. This is huge for you for whatever reason. This is the balanced pairing for you. This is what serves as the greater balance. So whoever in your life brings that aspect of King of Cups forward and helps you think clearly or honors this Queen of Swords natures in you, this is going to be stronger for you. One more. What in the heck? Six of Swords. Okay. This is leaving the rough waters for smooth. Now, this one often comes up for me when somebody's leaving a rough relationship or a rough situation that's harsh, really harsh. So there is some difficulties that have been hard to get through, hard to navigate, harsh situation, and you're going towards the peaceful waters. You've had the choppy waters and been riding them pretty good. You need to continue to be riding that smoothly and realize that there's a point in the distance that you are going to cross out of the choppy waters and go into the smooth. It will get better. It's being in flow. The Merkaba energy that wants to come through is allow yourself to hold your boundaries, hold your truth, and be in flow. Yeah, sometimes somebody else will echo our message back to us, and it's like, oh, yeah, that's exactly how it goes. Anything else? Queen of Wands. This is what's coming through for you also. This is the one that, you know, everybody's head just, she's arrived at the party. This is the one that is the most dynamic, the most physically beautiful, the most sensual of the queens, the most magnetic. Magnetism is her thing. And she draws people towards her, And this is the one that says, be careful who you give audience to. She gives her time, and she doesn't have to give all of her time to everyone. So be aware of who you give your time to. Be aware of what you allow to be in your field and what you consume. Be aware. This one is the one that is, she knows she's all that in a bag of chips, but sometimes she forgets. And she needs to remember this a little bit more. And this is what's coming through. You are turning away from something that's been painful, that's been very, very tricky. So you're moving towards something that is going to be more peaceful, more smooth, and more easy to navigate. And the more you stand in your truth, the better it is. There is a time and a space. This is coming through as a timestamp here. There's a time and space for this. It's coming through, and it feels like 6 months of navigating. So it's going to get smoother, and then it'll be choppy out of nowhere. Smoother, choppy out of nowhere. Smoother, choppy out of nowhere. That's what it feels like is happening for kind of the next 6 months. You're on the precipice of returning to her. Yeah. So your double sun and your Aquarius sun and double Sag, so Queen of Swords and Queen of Wands are both you. Yeah, this is you owning the queenship, you being there and really moving forward, standing in your truth, holding that power and letting go of whatever was the past. And that doesn't mean spiritually bypass. It doesn't mean shortcut. It doesn't mean just ignore. You're going to have to deal with whatever is the painful, choppy bits that you have to let go of. You have to honor and see the shadow and then let go of it in order to move beyond it. That feels complete on that. Okay, we'll go to your charms reading next. Just 1 second. We'll go into that. So yeah, that was beautiful. And this is how I differentiated the decks, just so you can see. Because I know last week I was talking about getting another one. But yeah, I had to trim the gilding off the top of these. So sad. But yeah. Amazing and validating. Good. I'm glad that you understood, and I'm glad it does. Because, you know, I don't always know what's going on in everybody's lives, but I know what the cards are giving me, or if certain impressions come through, I try to get out of the way and let it move through. So we're going to go to the charms and see what the charms have for you next. 1 second. Wow. So before we get into the charms, I'm getting the word sprinkle, and then I'm getting the words, and it's like drip, drip, drop, little April showers, tra la 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 la. I don't know where that's from. Drip, drip, drop, little April showers, da 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 da. Da, 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 da. It's the echoing of that sprinkling that's coming in. It's like you're going to understand and know a truth, and then it's echoing in like a little raindrop coming in. I don't know what that's about. Okay, we're going to let it through. Okay. Wow. Okay. The key is knowing when and where you want to wear the mask. This is very interesting. Springtime. Yeah, this is what's coming through. Let me get my little pointer thing. Okay, so the mask is coming through most strongly right now. Hopefully you can see that. Let me see. Hopefully you can see that. It's the mask. It's the masquerade ball. It's all of that. It's when you don the mask and when not. You're not going to be raw and vulnerable around everyone all the time, all the time. Sometimes we need our defenses up. You know when to drop it. You know, and I'm not talking a mask of falsity. I'm talking about there are certain situations when you need to armor up. Like if you're in a breakup or a relationship where there's an ex, you want to have your armor on before you go in and encounter that. If you've been hurt by someone, sometimes you need to armor up. You need to know when to don the mask and when not. You need to know when and where the boundaries and the armor is. This is what's going on. This is like being prepared for if you're getting the rain coming in, you're prepared for the rain. You have the umbrella. You're protected. It's a light protection. Yeah. Something about the springtime, and this is a time where there is protection. If you think about things, then instead of having them be huge epic storms, they're just rainstorms, little tiny raindrops coming in. But you can armor up and honor yourself and bring that forward in a huge way. Okay, going back to the charms. Okay, so what we're seeing in here now, we've got the key. There's like huge amount of information. The key, the knowledge, the secret, the unknown information from the past is coming forward. It feels like it needs to be flipped. So this information is coming out in sequence over time. And this key happens to have 2 hearts on it as the teeth that open the door. You know, the teeth of the key. Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully you can see that. You can see the little hearts right there. It's the teeth. It's what is true in your heart has the actual teeth. What is true to your heart is the actual wisdom. And it leads you right to the owl here. The truth of your heart is where the wisdom is. And when you honor that and you're more true to what is in your heart's desire or true to what's in alignment with you, that's when you have the teeth. That's when you have the wisdom. That's when you have power. That's when you're feral in a good way. Yeah, that's what's coming through. The wisdom is knowing when to show your teeth. The wisdom is knowing when to be fierce. The wisdom is knowing when to have the mask on and when to move forward. Now let's see what else is coming through with these charms. We've got these ones up here. We've got the rascally rabbit and the doe. And then the frog that's crossing over both of these. I'm going to show you this frog. And then we've got the rabbit and this one's coming up, the doe. So this is something that's showing that you've gained wisdom. These two are kind of opposites. This one's wide-eyed and not knowing anything. And this one, if you think of Bugs Bunny planning to outsmart somebody, or think about the Roadrunner and Coyote and the Roadrunner planning for Wile E. Coyote, that kind of thing. This is that wacky rabbit that always has a plan, that's crafty, that knows what they're doing, that is doing many things, jumping around, very, very busy, but is creating a plan and moving forward. This one is the wide-eyed and naive. And this frog is showing me that it's bridging both worlds. Just like the frog bridges the water and the land, you're being able to do both. You're being able to walk into the space of relationships and honor something new coming through. Honor what it's bringing forward, but you're not utterly naive or unprepared. The wisdom that you know from the past, the lessons that you have gained and gotten in the last year or so have given you more teeth, more claws, more power. It's made it so you know how to shift into a gear where you can plan for what is for your best, or you can see the bullshit coming forward. You can be in both worlds. You can trust that the universe has your back without being a fool. You can trust what's coming in a big way without being foolhardy or foolish. The naive and the innocence and the wonder is what you want to take from the doe-eyedness. Open your eyes to see more wonder in the world. Again, that's important for you. And then here, what we're seeing down here is the pink star honoring the heart and the crown chakra coming in. It's lining up from here to the top of your head, the crown chakra coming in. Taking time to rest, relax. This is talking about vacation. This is really interesting. This vacation and then the ancient lesson, something old. The old contract is fulfilled and completed and going forward. Because we've got the dinosaur as very ancient, old contract. Old and contract, really ancient. And the ring is the contract coming in there. This is coming in huge. What I'm getting is you're working on these chakras through here. So from heart to crown, heart to crown. And as you do that and stay in that and hold this more, the pink energy of the pink chakra that you're saying is validation. It is like, I've talked sometimes about surrounding yourself with a bubble of light or white energy. Think about iridescent. And when you see certain cars have this, I don't know if it's Navigators or Cadillacs, they'll have this white and it's got this pearlescent look. And you can see shades of purple and pink on the paint job of that car, even though the car is basically white. It's this thing that comes through. Very, very beautiful. And this is where the spaces that you need to be in. As far as the vacation energy comes in, it's asking you not to wait for 6 months to do your vacation. It's take a little vacation as it goes forward, as it goes forward. It equates to Angel and Merkaba as well. Yeah, yeah. And then the ancient old contract. There's one that's fulfilled and it's allowing you to step into something else. And I want to look one more time. We're going to look in these, the angel affirmations. See what this has. This is the Affirma Tarot. It's not angel affirmations. It's Affirma Tarot. What is this? This is just one to focus on. That's the card right there. That's the card. The Nine of Swords. I choose peace over worry, trusting your resilience to overcome any challenge. This is huge for you. This one is like, this deck is so different than the usual. Like this is usually the Nine of Swords and all the anxiety and stress. You are learning to shift it completely. Really, really shifting it. Can you snoop on that? Do you want me to snoop more in this deck and see? Nope, this isn't the deck. Oh, we're going to snoop a little bit. Sorry, we're doing a little bit extra, Krista. We've got to go in here just a little bit. This is the Tarot of Ruins, and it is gorgeous. I'll show you some of it, but it's like, it's kind of like lost clowns and mixed media art. Really gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Like, we'll see as it comes out. But I want to go in here and look. So let me shuffle through this a little bit more. See what's going on. Because I want to see what's going on with that pink energy and with the vacation energy. The old contract that is finished and complete. What you're going towards for the new. If you were to be the tourist, like when you went to Scotland or like when we go on vacation and we're in tourist mode, you don't, like you might go visit a cemetery to honor the dead, but you don't plan to set up camp there and stake out a claim there. You move forward, move on beyond it. This is what's going on. The Nine of Wands, the oppression that comes in from holding too much, carrying too much, carrying too much. It has been too much and it is time to set some of this burden down. This is a card of that burden from the past that needs to be set down, let go. That contract doesn't need to burden you anymore. What else is going on? You need the new start. It doesn't need to burden you anymore. And this is like going through, and this is almost like a wild Heyoka energy coming through to me on this card. I don't know why so much, but it is. It's wild Heyoka. This playful energy. You know how we talked about the doe and not being foolish, but having this sense of wonder. There's Heyoka energy coming off all over that. Anything else? Seven of Swords. Cover your ass. Know what's important to you. You know how we saw it before. We saw the Seven of Wands about boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. The Seven of Swords is that lesson, but a little bit sharper because you have to learn to travel lighter. You have to learn to cover what is important to you as far as covering your own ass, taking care of what's priority to you. And what else we got? What is the song? It's something about the wide-eyed wanderer. I don't know what this is from. It's enough to make kings and something, something. Do, 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 do. I think it's an Elton John and the Wide-Eyed Wanderer. I don't know what that song is. It's something for you to investigate. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I don't know what that's about. Do, 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 do. Lion King, Circle of Life. Yeah, that's what's going on. This is something that's coming through. That's sometimes when I get the clairaudience, I can give you the lyric for lyric. Other times I only have a fragment. That's what's coming through as a fragment of that. And strength is being honored here. This is what you are learning. This is the balance you're learning. We saw in your reading before about the Two of Coins coming through. We saw some of the strength coming in. It's learning to balance the wacky rabbit and the wide-eyed doe. This is being in both worlds and bridging that gap. That's what's come in. That feels complete. This is the Tarot of the Ruins. The other one was the Affirma Tarot, and it's got affirmations, but it is like very, very gentle, to almost to the other side. It doesn't really have a whole lot of reversals. It has affirmations going on. So that's what's going on for you. It's gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Absolutely beautiful energy going on there. Loved that. Okay, I'm going to put this back and put the charms in the box, and we'll just keep on going with whatever's next. That's incredible, amazing, just wow. Oh, good. Glad it helped. Glad it helped. Yeah, it's crazy what comes in sometimes. And it's crazy the things that come up in the show, and then sometimes I'll notice them later. Last week we had something about Nipper the dog. I had to look. The RCA Victrola dog came up. Nipper the dog. And I ended up taking a picture of that dang dog when I was watching some TV, and it was 1:11, and that was on the clock, and I took the picture, and it's like, there's that dog. So I'm needing to pay attention. And usually if Spirit's bringing something in, it'll bring it in 3 times for you, because sometimes we're a little bit thick. So whatever this is, and I don't remember whose read this came up in or what, but I've seen that one again, and it still is confusing to me. I don't know all of the answers on that just yet, but it's coming in. Just complete the amount of validation. Both readings was exactly what you needed. Oh, I'm so glad. I am so glad. Good. All right. So yeah, if you're looking for signs or something, the universe is bringing you in the wacko weird song, the wacko weird lyrics, whatever it is, it's there for a reason, and it's quirky enough for a reason. And then if it gets your attention and the same thing comes through again, I literally froze my TV and screenshot that goofy dog, and like had to compare, and like, is this it? Okay. Because the dog is like, that's what that dog does. So that's what's going on with that. We can go to astrologicals and whatnot. We can look at some other decks. Since I've got some new decks, I'm happy to show some of those. We can do any of that. Let me get some water, and we'll see what else is going on. And I really wish I knew where I put that other oracle deck. Oh, and, okay, we're going to take a little break. And the other oracle deck. Then I got a bunch of these postcards, and I had those beautiful Polish postcards that made me think of Yana so much. And then I got some other ones that are beautiful, beautiful. So I'll show you some of those. So I'll show you some of these that are great. So some of them are like storytell, fairy tale, beautiful. But these ones, I think, will become part of the deck, part of that other deck. So that's what's going on with those. Red Jessica, I'm glad you're here paying attention anyway, even if it's halfway there. I love that you're tuning in, so that's great. Yeah, these are great, fun postcards, very, very adventurous. And they're a little bit different, but I think that they're going to get incorporated. So those came, and so those are fun to look at. I don't know where I put the other ones. For the life of me, I do not know where. Oh, yes, I do. Ha-ha! They were right here all along. This is them. It's the clarifying situations. So these are beautiful, and they have all kinds of stuff going on in there. Like this one says web of connection down below, and then they have their reversal. They're really interesting, so we'll have to play with those. So Red Jessica, since you're only half paying attention, I'm going to pull a few cards from this deck just for fun. And if it resonates, it resonates. If not, not. But we're just going to pull 3 of these for Jessica that's halfway listening at work. Because this is just a new oracle deck, and we got to get the feet wet somehow. Wow, that one's shot out like crazy. That one's there like crazy. This is talking about carried away, and let yourself get caught up in the moment. Carried away. One last move. It's saying that you've come far on your journey. Keep going. You'll soon see what you've accomplished. You have one last move. And then wise counsel. Seek guidance from trusted friends or mentors to help you keep going along. That's what's coming up for you in these cards. So that's what's here. And it's beautiful artwork in here, but very oracle, different from tarot, for sure. For sure different from tarot. So yeah, these will be ones that I'm going to incorporate a little bit as we go along, but they're super fun. And it's a thick deck to shuffle. It's not oversized, but it's thick. So anyway, Do I have that upside down? There we go. Okay. I'm going to put those right here in the tray. So yeah, this is what we're doing. If you want to get on the list, this is the list. This is how you can get on. I think we're going to do checking in with my guides and see what's going on with the guides. Okay. All right. Lucy's kind of tugging at me and she wants me to be checking things out. So we're going to check out what's going on with Lucy. We're going to the Star Maiden Tarot. Okay. All right. So, okay. Last week, I spoke to you of bridges, of anchors, of crossings. This is important work, the liminal space that we're in right now. This period of time is a liminal time. You may think a liminal time is just short, minor, small. No, it's not necessarily so. The liminal time is the next 2 years. This space, although it feels long for you, is very small in the grander scheme. This liminal space that you work in, the liminal space that you bring yourself in, this is where you strongly anchor the bridge. This is where you strongly be allowed to cross over, cross over, cross over. The more you bring across, the more you help. If you help peasants or poor people or those that are underserved out of a town that is burning down and help them find the bridge to cross the river to get moving on, this is the energy coming forward. This is what's going on. This is how we help others. We're going to make the crossing over and over and over, like the rescuer, like the hero that goes back, gets someone, comes the bridge, gets someone, comes the bridge, gets someone, comes the bridge, over and over and over for the period of the next 2 years. It is like the burning town or the river that runs too quickly, too rapidly, someone on the raft helping them. Again, over and over and over from one side of the shore to the other. We will get there. It takes time. You are part of the anchor. You are part of the bridge. You are what helps put this in place, helps the space be created. This is what is the task at hand for many who are doing the work, the light work, the spiritual work, the growth, the expansion, bringing the new essence forward. Let's look in the cards. Okay. Look in the cards. Look in the cards, Angie. Look in the cards. Why? Of all the cards, of all the decks, look, this is the one. It's flipped upside down. This is High Priestess energy. This is Lucy's energy all over the place. She knows things. She knows the answers to deeper wisdom, wisdom that comes from within. This is huge. And as we learn to get more of our own High Priestess energy, High Priestess on the shirt. Thank you, Steph, Kim, and Chad. This is how we help anchor things in, this High Priestess energy. Sometimes it lasts about 1.5 years. You've heard me say that in reference. In Lucy's thing that she was sharing with us, she's talking about helping others cross whatever that gap is, be it the bridge, be it riverbank to riverbank, us acting as the bridge, us acting as the anchor, and spending some time, taking time with this. Spending some energy, recognizing it's going to take time. Things don't just instantly shift or instantly evolve. Understanding the deep wisdom of going back for the lost, for the forgotten, going back even for ourselves, time and again, time and again. Yes, okay. Yes, for yourself. It's time to also go back to recover, reclaim, restore for yourself. Time to reconnect with self, with the higher self, higher beings, higher spirit guides. Time to connect with self. This is important for you. Okay? Okay, I'm looking at these cards for a minute before I let Lucy back for a minute. We've got the Five of Swords about this battlefield that we need to leave, that we need to be out of, and the right fight needs to go. The contention, the arguing, the divisiveness, it needs to go. The Three of Cups comes through, and this is like really celebrating, and lifting a glass, holding a glass, and finding your tribe, lifting each other up. It's a card that really includes, unites, brings together. It's huge. This is raising a glass to help lift each other up, to help each other cross through, cross over, move on, move forward. This is the work at hand. For those with the skill, this is the work at hand right now to do over and over and over, like she said. The Six of Coins. This one's a little bit interesting. there's a recognition of the haughtiness that some people perceive in here when you see the 6 of coins. Usually you see the guy and he's choosing which person deserves the coin. It's not, that's not our job to be the haughty one. It's our job to share and understand that when we share, we give to ourselves as much as we give to anyone else. So when you share, you get more. When you're giving to someone else, when you're giving of self truly, in the way that you can truly give, it's a true gift. You're also giving to yourself in that time. It's not the time to be haughty or judgmental or continue to add fuel to this stupid battle that needs to be left. No. This is the time to actually just share. If there's someone in need and you can share and help, then you help. If you can do something to help, help. This is what's coming through. Then the Ace of Wands. There's new inspiration coming through. New work to be done. New fire, new passion coming through in a strong, strong way. Tell me more on this one. Oh, this is gorgeous. These are the ones that are trying to navigate and leave what's emotionally unsatisfying behind. These are the ones that are going on their own and sometimes need a little bit of a help. So if you see someone trying to move towards something that is more fulfilling for them, you can support that and can help them in this regard. And this is the lesson for many of us, this 8 of Cups lesson, to leave behind what is unfulfilling. Leave behind what takes our peace, that just keeps us locked in a stupid battle. To leave it behind is part of the task at hand. And this is part of the travelers that will be moving forward as well. Okay, and I just got some restricted, not quite sure why, but okay, we're letting that go. Okay. So got some kind of restricted, don't know what that's about, but okay. Moving forward. So this is what we're getting. This is the time to leave behind something that is argumentative and to really, really move forward towards something that is more emotionally fulfilling, more satisfying. This is huge for us right now. What else is going on? Temperance. So the lesson of the High Priestess here is helping us move from the tower space into temperance. And this is something that I got earlier this year quite a bit, and I've been seeing the tower less and less and more of the temperance coming through on the greater scale, on the broader scene, the broader scope. On the more global scale, we are learning temperance. There are still towers yet to fall. Some of us are a little further down the track on this, and then some of us are here to help put that temperance through, to help allow that to come, to help balance, alchemize, and transmute what has been grief, what has been pain, what has been tricky and hard to navigate. This is what we're doing. We're helping people navigate towards what is their own sense of peace. This is the task at hand. This is creating together, creating more unity. This is what's coming forward on this. This is huge. That's what she's got. That's complete now. She's given me the nod. So that's complete from Lucy. That's the message from her. Sometimes she sees it and gives a broader message from the much higher perspective, the much broader than just us or our friends or our close circle, our family, our coworkers, but it's just bigger. It's the bigger scale. More like the world scale is what I would say. All right, let me get some water and we'll see what else is going on, guys. Oh, and one of the decks that I got that came through was a duplicate deck of the Pastel Dreams. And that's this one. I think I shuffled it pretty good, but it's this one. But I liked it so well, I ordered a second one. And it is not pastel. It's very vivid. Very, very gorgeous. So this is some of it. You can see that it still needs some more shuffling going on. But yeah, really, really vivid. So we're going to shuffle this up a little bit. And yeah, that's what we're doing for now. So, okay. That's what we're doing. And I might be on later tonight. Or, excuse me, later tomorrow night. I might be on later tomorrow night. I'm going to probably stick to Mondays in the morning and then just randomly come on whenever it feels good to come on. So that's kind of my plan. If that's my unplanned plan, I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking I'm going to be doing in the near future, just through December, because it's just such a busy and tricky month. So it's like, okay, we'll see what's going on. So, all right. Just shoot you a text. Okay, I will. I will. For sure. Okay. All right. Okay, so I think that we're going to let Yana come forward and see what she's got to say. Yana's giving me it's time to, let's have some story time. So let's have some story time with Yana. Okay. We're going to break out these new cards that I told you that I think she likes. Okay. We're getting to mix them. So these are the ones that I wrote on, vintage Polish folk art cards. And I wrote some words on the back, but it's usually with Yana. It's very, very intuitive type of reading. So what we're going to do is just mess these cards with these cards and mix them the best we can and see what happens and see if we can figure out what is the story that wants to be told. Okay, that's what we're doing. She's so funny. This is crowding her space. Okay, we're going to get to it. She's saying that it's crowding her. That cart is, it's in her way. So yeah, Yana is one of my ancestor guides, spirit guides, ancestors. We're going to see what's going on. Okay, all right. Give me a second. I'm going to get some water. Okay. All right. Okay, let me show you what we got here. This one, I wrote Sister Tribe Closeness. It's a story of the two sisters. It's like one is very different from other, not always get along. You spoke with daughter about heal and reveal, and the two sisters, you spoke about these. It's tricky because both have arrogance, both have ego, both have challenge. You have one who thinks very much ideal, and one who very, very harsh. Sometimes both can be both. Is these sisters need to remember, need to come together, need to hold something, and need to understand, need to value. Together is off right now. Needs to be like this again when time comes. Needs together. There is, yes, the one who sees the hawk, yes, must travel alone. Sometimes the other one needs a little bit of pretty, little bit of the fruit coming through. You see, they travel many roads, very many roads, very tricky time. This one need time alone. This one need time remember. Okay. Let's see what else this story brings. Oh. She with hawk, he with hawk, same. Hawk one, she sight, she has sight, big sight, sees, other can't see, not fault of other. It's not other's fault she don't have hawk. Other is like holding torch, she needs torch. It's the torch and it's the hawk. It's two different jobs, two different tasks. It's the sister with the hawk, go. Sister with the torch, go. Both are like king's their own place, king's their own land. Okay. It's a game, it's like a tic-tac-toe game, it's like a straight line game, make a line up. It's a tricky thing to line up. It's a past, it's a fat pig, it's a good fat pig. This one, I had you right, you wrote, honoring, this is a hungry pig, he gets reward. This is honoring past, honoring what was, tricky time, difficult time, hard road to walk, honoring is going forward toward the goal, toward the climb, different goal. Different goal, different climb, yes? Simple, yes? Okay. Here, wide-eyed again. This one try to figure out. This is the wild one trying for being tamed, not ready to be tamed. Still lots of beauty, but still very wild. It's not always for time, for being wild. It's not always time for being tamed. It's like, okay, go back. Two sisters, you see. Very like, but very different. Honoring the difference is a good thing. There are times when wild sister needs to mellow. Is calm down, is quiet down, is sit down. Wild sister needs to quiet down. Other times when sister that is quiet, sister that is calm, needs to get a little rowdy, a little more noisy, needs to find voice again. It's a time apart, then come back together. What else? Is the godmother, is the mother, is the nurture, is the wishing and beyond the wishing and the connections. This is interesting. She look at this and this is the godmother, but here is dandelion is the bigger thing. Is network, is soul family, is soul tribe, is all this together. Different sparks of same dandelion is different parts at different space in time. Must hold different space in time, but this is to hold a whole together. The whole thing, each part important, each sister important, each part important. It's a tricky thing. It's not easy always. If the one is carry the hawk, the other carry the torch, it's not always going to be as smooth. It's a time, separate path, come together. It takes a little time. Still, if sister over here and sister over here is doing job, it's all important part of structure. It's good. It's also the focus is time to focus, be the person that focus on the dream, be the person that is the happy pig. The pig that is hungry and then eats is a happy pig. The pig gets a bad rap. In your time, pig gets a bad rap. It's time to be the happy pig. It's time. She's saying something about the sisters or our friends or people that are soul tribe, soul family, that is it might be complementary but different. Sometimes complementary opposites, sometimes complementary gifts, sometimes complementary roles. And there are times on the path when our stubbornness takes us separately in different ways. They will come back together again because it is part of the same structure. She's showing me this dandelion as part of this structure, and it's part of the whole. She doesn't like the word structure. She's saying the whole, like the whole unit, the whole system, the whole network. She's speaking of soul tribe, soul contract, soul family, and how part of this structure and how we heal this and how we move forward through this, it's bigger than just any one individual. And sometimes on the path, it's all together. Then it's apart in opposite directions. And then it's together again. Right now is a time where this would be perfectly matched, lined up perfectly, like boom, comes together. And she's giving me this. It's out of sequence, out of timing, not in sync, not synchronized. And that's okay. And she's telling the story of the person that carries the hawk and the person that carries the torch. I'll show you this one. They're two different sisters with an important thing. They're both carrying their own thing. Like, we don't know what somebody else is carrying. We don't know what burdens or what challenges or hard times that someone else is carrying. But they are carrying something, and it's their task to carry it. The one that carries the torch that lights the way. The one that carries the bird that sees from the high altitudes and the high distance. Two different things. And it might be that these two can't see what the other's carrying right then in that particular period of time. She's like, yeah. Yes, it's very much the case. It's very much. It's like a sister A, sister B. Both are carrying something very heavy, very tricky to carry. To carry this on your journey all the way, make a tired arm. To carry this on your journey all the way, make a tired from feeding bird. Tired from where is the bird now? Where is the bird now? Tired from trying to take care of bird, but bird bring message, bird bring sign, bird bring, oh, here's the new information. It's very funny right now, but these two meant to work together separately right now. On same path, doing same thing, same to help structure, to help lesson is important. Honor other. Try. It's not like you see same thing as other person see. No, of course not. You see with your eyes. Your eyes maybe you carry bulb. You know what this all about. Maybe you carry torch and light. You do it different. It's important to honor both gifts. Okay, so what she's saying is even if you see someone carrying something a little bit different than you, or even if you don't understand, other people are always carrying something. And I'm talking, they're carrying a heavier lesson. They're carrying harder things. And the happy pig, this is the one that comes through. And when I was focusing on these cards specifically, this set that's the Polish folk art set, I put words on this. The others, I don't know if I'll put words on or not. She hasn't gone with me to do this. And this one, it's honoring the pig, hunger that brings reward, and also a year. And this was really random. Also a year. So if we bring this to her story, and she's giving me the yes, if we bring this to her story, it might be about a year that this feels like going different directions before it comes together again. So that's what's going on. This is crazily resonating. Yeah, Yana always has something to say. So these are some of the other cards I'll show you for now. Some of them that I got a stack, and I got like a fat stack. Like, look. But I've only been allowed to mix these two together so far. So, and I think this is a set, and then in there, I don't know what's going to be the different sets. But yeah, so this is what we got. This. I'll show a few more. Some of them are straight up fairy tales and easy to see what modern fairy tale would be. And then some of them are the older Polish cards that are in here. And some of them are some like quirky design here. Some of this is kind of quirky. And I don't even have these cornered, so I don't know how I'm going to shuffle these big baddies. But they're gorgeous. I mean, this one is gorgeous. This says, walk forward and trust. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This one says, mystery gaze knower. I don't even know what that means yet. No idea. So as we play with them more, maybe I'll have an idea. They aren't going to read like any kind of tarot. They're definitely going to read more oracle by nature. But that's the intent. That's what I'm supposed to be working with. This one, I don't even know. I mean, obviously he's a gnome, but I don't know what his message is because he doesn't have one yet. So if they don't have one, then okay, we're just going to go as we go. It might take me a long time to work through those or get the words on them. I can get more words on them. Yeah. It's like, is it okay to get the words on them fairly soon? Yeah. Some of these, yes, we'll get a few more. And it's not anything to be worried about, but that's what I'm working with on that. So, okay. All right. Do we have any more reads on the list or any more payments on the list for a paid reading? If not, then I'll probably take a break and then I'll be back probably tomorrow night. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Krista. She's having me create her deck. Exactly. And it's like nuts. It's really nuts, but it's interesting. It's good. That's what we're doing. So, okay. Not that you're aware of. Okay, guys. Well, then I'm going to call it a day for now and let the voice rest. And I'll probably be on tomorrow night. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe around 7 or 8. We'll see what's going on with that. But thank you so much for being here and doing this with me. I love, love, love doing this. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow night. We'll see what's going on. Keep busy, keep happy, and take good care of yourselves. All right. Much love, guys. Bye.